Hey everybody, welcome back to another Brews and Breakdown. Today we're going to be doing a breakdown of the movie Point Break.
The original.
The original,
yeah.
Yes, which is a phenomenal movie. All three of us love this movie. Well, actually, you and I said we love it. We never even asked you.
I've never seen it.
Oh my
What?
fucking God.
I'm just kidding. Of course I've seen it. Have you? Yeah, I've seen it. Jesus. Come on.
Okay. Well, wow. I
We
was
were about
concerned
to
there
have-
for a second.
We're about to start accepting resumes for
The
third person.
reactions you guys gave was great, though. I appreciate that.
Jeez. Okay. So, love the movie. It is a freaking one of the best movies I think probably ever made. It's a classic. It's fucking great. But before we get into it, what beers are you guys gonna be drinking today? What do you have over there?
The sunny little thing. Little
By
Citrus
Sierra Nevada.
Sweet
You had another local Chico brewery. Nice. I think Billy and I we're both drinking the Great Notion Ledge beer, spelt B-I-E-R.
German.
Cheers.
From Oregon.
No shit.
Yeah.
Hey, you were just in Oregon.
I was just up there.
Portland, Oregon.
Ah.
I wasn't quite in Portland.
All right.
Sport.
So we're gonna be breaking down Point Break. We love this movie. We have some scenes picked out that we think are pretty far-fetched and comical, obviously, as it relates to what our job is. So we'll go through them, break them down, and we'll see what you guys think.
Good situational awareness.
Yeah, it's like this.
I mean, I've been on plane surveillance, and that's actually plausible.
Is it though?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's.
You can't stare at something the whole
Here's
time.
the thing: if he's out getting food, he's assuming that his partner
Is
is back in
watching.
the car is watching. I wouldn't. If I first of all, I wouldn't get food right near wherever
Yeah.
I'm surveilling.
Yeah. Never.
But if I happen to get food and my partner's sitting in a car, I'd be like, okay, you're on surveillance. You got the eyes on this. I'm not going to be watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I dude, I don't know, that to me is fucking comical. It's I like how he turns around and he's like, there's a car parked right in front of the bank now that wasn't there 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if that happened in real life, doing surveillance and that shit went down? You're there to catch bank robbers who are doing serial bank robberies, and then behind your back that goes down. That's all.
Oh, you would never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
It'd be like
I want to say
20, 30
I
year
just-
career. And
I don't
you'd
think
still
it
be
would
hearing
happen.
about it. I think it very well could happen.
Is that you when you're on surveillance? Is that?
Yeah. Utah. Give me 2.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Fucking he hits him with his own gun.
Well, real quick.
Hang on.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So one thing that really makes me bad about
That's crazy.
a lot of TV shows and a lot of movies or whatever is as soon as this plainclothes officer or whatever sees the thing going on, he runs out and says FBI. If I was trying to go get these guys,
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna run up as close as I can. And
So
then
you're not going to announce FBI a block away?
No, because then you're obviously what are they? Oh fuck, see ya.
Yeah.
Realistically, what would happen was they would probably just get in their car after realizing that they just royally fucked up and missed the guys enter the bank. But nonetheless, they would follow them, and they would get no less than dude, so many cops involved in that traffic stop or picking these guys off. There is no way 2 undercover cops, no vest, no radio, no nothing, are gonna just run down the streets and announce themselves as FBI.
No cop
expecting
would,
them.
but FBI would.
You know what, dude? They might.
They might.
No knock on the FBI, but they do things a little differently than we do. And then could you imagine running down the street, just fucking shooting at a moving car as it's
Recklessly
driving away in the middle of the day.
With a bank full of people behind it.
Yeah, you're so done. Like that would never happen.
I like how that guy's
obviously.
like, Jesus Christ, get in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, not to give away too many tricks of the trade or whatever, but you're not going to even.
They won't even.
You wouldn't even.
You wouldn't
engage.
get involved in that. No,
You
not
wouldn't
at all.
engage.
No.
You go straight surveillance and wait till there's a bunch of other cops with guns. And I mean, you got 4 arms guys, you're probably calling everybody and anybody. Like, I mean,
everybody.
Yeah, like if there's a SWAT team near that's ready, they're going.
Yeah. You're
helicopter.
Definitely not with no vest or anything.
Yeah.
So that scene is like, that would never happen. Like that shit's just not even realistic.
And the undercover who is working to go undercover is an undercover. He's not a surveillance guy. He's not an arrest guy. He is an undercover guy.
He would never even be in that car doing surveillance.
Never.
Yeah.
Because now this case is completely burned.
Mm-hmm.
Or his undercover is completely burned.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
All right, so that scene is bullshit.
But extremely entertaining and
it is
done well.
It is. Okay, so what I find fucking stupid about that is like the car's obviously done, right? He's trying to start it, and then Agent Utah jumps out of the car and starts chasing this car on foot that's still mobile. Again, no vest, like no radio.
Yeah, but I mean, like from his, I mean, if you're going from the mindset that he's like, first of all, this is the early '90s, so things were different. But he's a chasing guy. He's like the go-getter guy.
Yeah.
He saw that the tires are gone, so he thinks that he's got a chance. And sure enough, in the movie, he does end up having a chance. So.
And you chase everybody to see kind of where they go to try and somewhat keep eyes on them.
I mean, he's not going to do any good sitting there.
No.
How many car chases have you guys been in where dudes are on rims and like just going for it? Like basically just on ice skates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're not catching that car on foot.
No, but you could at least see.
Well, clearly he does.
What direction they go.
All right. So yeah, he does. He does in the movie. So let's finish this scene. Okay, I find that stupid. Like when you can't grab a gas pump and just pull the trigger and it sprays out with that amount of pressure. Like gas doesn't come out like that, and you have to pull the black thing back like that. That part's just like stupid. I'd run if that was that guy.
Fuck yeah.
I'd be like, I'm out. Look at the pressure behind that. That's
awesome.
It's like a fucking flamethrower.
Cinematography in this, he's like,
yeah, he's great. He looks like a.
Oh.
See, he caught him.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Rolling around on fire? Like, hell yeah, dude. I could totally see that. And then he just shoots aimlessly into the car.
Doesn't hit anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't hit anybody. The only person I'd shoot in that scenario would be the guy that's trying to fucking light him on fire. All right, this is the most legit foot pursuit I've ever seen. First of all, if it were me, I would have been gassed out by now. Like, probably puking.
But if you surfed every day, you wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. I love that part the cop car that's just kind of like slow rolling up the alleyway. No lights, like no exigency, no nothing. Maybe he just happened to be in the area. But
I'm just saying though, is like, this is the early 90s, and and even now, I've worked with federal agencies. They don't have communication with us other than a phone call. So it's very believable that PD has no idea what's going on right now.
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
That does happen.
I like breaking through the gate. That's pretty accurate.
I mean, how many times like I've been on patrol where like next thing you know, you're getting radioed to calls where like, oh, you know, a different state agency or a federal agency is in like, you know, a car chase or a foot chase at a house, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And you know nothing about what's going on. You know, like don't even know who they're chasing.
I've been that guy.
Yeah. So, but if I came across
a guy like, I mean, no radio contact, because who are you going to tell? Your friends, your partners who are already in the chase with you?
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine you're on patrol, marked patrol car or whatever, you're just a B cop, and then like you cruise down an alleyway and you see some dude running with gloves, fucking president's mask on, and then some dude chasing him in plain clothes with a handgun? I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That might not be a good day.
Yeah.
It's all
a couple random kids,
kind of accurate somewhat.
Yeah.
You're just blindly running.
I mean, nobody knows who he is.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't even see a badge.
That is like the longest foot chase ever.
It's only been a couple blocks.
Yeah, we're
He's sitting in the car.
we're Gary Busey.
No, Busey was shot at the other car.
Oh, he had to stay on scene, right? Because
Well,
he
I
was
don't know.
involved
It's
in the
Busey, you know?
shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that would be the
You're
absolute
running.
longest.
I think you're running the whole time.
I
Someone's
am.
chasing and you're not giving up on that guy.
I'd be vomiting my brains out.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't last that long.
You should probably do more cardio.
Dude, I probably
You should surf every day.
All right.
Scooby, where are you? You seen a little dog? No, I'm on. No dog? Scooby, come on!
So, real quick, I'm sure everybody has seen this movie, but the thing I love about this scene is they're about to go raid a house of who they think are the bank robbers, right? Which ends up not being them. But Billy, you would know more than any of us. If you were undercover or, I don't know, authored a search warrant or something to go raid a house or hit a house or whatever, like, would you ever, as the agent in charge of this, just like kind of play dumb and walk up to a house and like, hey, have you seen my dog? Before
It's been done plenty of times. Me personally, no, I wouldn't do it. But I
that
mean,
seems
that stuff's been
fucking
done.
risky.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything they did
look.
back
Like
then
I said,
was
again, this is the early '90s. We like a patrol cop. Patrol cops probably 75%, if that, were wearing vests
Back then?
back then. If
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think
If
it was
that.
probably
Yeah.
optional.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would say probably closer to 50% are wearing vests. You know, there's probably a guy that was working patrol with a revolver.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Absolutely, yeah.
There's, you know, there was guys wearing their little hats and everything, their bus driver hats.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing some old SAC PD guys do that, but
Really?
But I mean, yeah, you know, there's things have changed. This is over 30.
I think that's
this
what
is
makes
over 30 years ago.
I think that's what makes this so funny because you're like, holy shit! Like, could you imagine doing that today? Like, no way. I want to play this scene out though. This scene's pretty funny.
I mean, I've gone up to doors of suspects, not before the raid.
Their tactics are like,
Scooby! Scooby! Scooby!
fucking, oh, that little mirror, dude. Yeah.
I mean, like, shit, that's
Okay,
happens,
yeah.
man.
All right,
That would
so that
totally freak you out.
yeah.
You're
so that
you're
happened.
staring at that mirror, 100% looking at that, and then you hear noises.
Some
Fuck
loud
yeah.
noise, like
Oh,
cracks
yeah.
something, yeah. Like that's probably realistic. But so back in I went to SWAT school in 2008, and one of the pieces of equipment or whatever that we're supposed to have was like a collapsible mirror. So like I actually went to a local hardware store and bought a mirror almost identical to that, where you could extend it or whatever, but it had like a little bit bigger mirror on it. And we were taught to use little mirrors like that. But what's funny is back then, like people, I'm sure that happened. Like cops would use little extendable mirrors like that.
I still have a mirror like that.
Yeah.
But think like nowadays you have
Not for that purposes, but yeah.
yeah, not for that. But like you have mini drones now, you have robot, like you have all these things where like you can launch little drones right in houses and have like
Yeah, but you don't always have that available.
no, well, and not all agencies have that stuff, but it's just funny like where we were 20, 30 years ago to where we are now. It's just insane with the technology and like what we have access to use to our advantage. But I do kind of find it funny. He's by himself on like the corner of the house, and there's a total of there was 2 other FBI agents, and they're like got their guns up, and they're like, "Come on." I do think that like I have seen old FBI training videos, and that like legit, that's how they would fucking enter rooms, you know, like this, and then it's like like just ridiculous.
I believe he's not wearing a vest.
None of them are. Yeah.
So you yell, compromised.
Yeah. And then you see that. Like if you were.
But they don't have radios again. Like this
No. They have radios. They have radios. Like he gets on the radio here and there. But like, I don't know if you're a cop and you're peeking through the window and you saw an arsenal like that, I'd be like, we're out. Like we're done.
I doubt it. I backed it. That's all I wanted.
No, I would. Yeah, no, I don't think they would have avalanche that.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
This shit's stupid to me. Like they're that close to each other and all of a sudden their radios don't work. Like that's stupid.
90s.
I don't think so.
Don't let him post badge. Fuck. I can't eject you. Put down, man. Is he right?
Handguns versus a bunch of dudes with rifles. I don't know.
FBI gorgeous. Hide the shit! There's 2 guys up there. Hands up there. Oh, shit, we're fucked.
Yeah, you're so fucked.
Swear to Christ. Holy shit. FBI gorgeous.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's time for announcing and there's a time for not.
All right, so before
Like
we
he
even
said
finish
FBI and the guy started shooting at him, you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm FBI too.
No.
yeah.
Turn towards me. No.
So that's obviously this whole scene is complete like bullshit. That
I don't think it's all complete.
that would
bullshit.
never happen. No way.
I don't think it's
There's
complete
a
bullshit.
lot of it that would happen that way.
You think back then like they were that shitty?
I don't think they were shitty back then. I think that's just what they did.
They were just that brazen. It's not even shitty.
Well, let's talk about like what like nowadays if you were gonna hit a house with people suspected of that level of crime, like dude, you're gonna have like probably a couple SWAT teams. You're not even gonna raid the house. Yeah, you're not raiding the house anymore. You're gonna call people out. Like,
But if you did something similar, you'd still have somebody would probably try and get eyes on the side. Depends on what it was.
dude, I
But
think
maybe
it's funny.
not like right on the window.
It would also be a horrible movie.
That's true. Oh yeah, it'd be so
doing us
boring.
around and call out.
Yeah, like
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh
bet-
no, they're not coming out.
I bet you cops in the early 90s watched this and they're like, fuck yeah, like got super pumped on
I'm
it.
gonna have to talk to my dad about this.
Yeah.
But if you went into a house and dudes just started laying lead with freaking rifle round, like I'd be like, I'm so out. like, fuck that, I'm not going in there.
I think that's what they would do.
I think that's
They'd
not
kick
that
the door. They'd
Have you
run
watched
in.
Cops from like the early 90s?
I have, yeah, like the TV show Cops.
They didn't have tactics really back then. They didn't understand like flowing into a house, taking the corners and like the rooms. They just went in where people were, run to the bedrooms.
That would fucking suck to go into a house and that occur. Yeah. That's a shitty ass day. Like, man, you better hope you make it out alive after that.
Yeah, but that's adrenaline. Like, that's what those people thrived on.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. And then just like push some chick in front of the bullets.
I don't think he pushed her in front of the bullets. He was pushing her, and the guy started shooting. Like, I mean, it's all about how you write it. He didn't throw her in front of the bullets.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, he had to get her out of the way, right?
Like, honestly, I think he was. Yeah. He said FBI, and he was pushing through her. As he's pushing through her, she's in front of him, and the guy's like, I'm a tweak. I'm gonna start throwing lead, and that's what happens.
Yeah. So tactics back then versus now. I mean, like that would never happen. I mean, not even remotely
I think
close.
we should just talk about how good the movie is instead of like.
It is a fucking great movie.
You're kind of ruining it for people.
Yeah, you're making it like, oh, not realistic. You're that guy. That's just not realistic.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you're doing it this whole time.
Surveillance guy with his binos all the way out the window.
Yeah. Or how about this?
Angelo, I've eaten shit 47 times.
It's fucking radio.
Out with some psycho local. There must be 20 guys out here with ponytails.
Patience, hotshot. Patience. We'll be settled. Let's hear it all.
Okay, so what do you think about that part?
I mean, I don't pull a hand held up ever to my face on surveillance. Like,
I love how he has it wrapped in the towel or whatever, and he's like, you know,
but I mean, like, again, technology has changed. Nowadays, I use my cell phone in like earbuds or something like that. But that's not an option.
Totally discreet.
And that was probably advanced
for them.
For them.
I mean, it is the feds. It's the FBI. So those radios that they have could be like the top of the line secret score shit.
Yeah.
That nobody else had.
Yeah. In fact, the radio is probably just a distraction. He's probably talking to his watch.
Like now in undercover cars, like you wouldn't even know anyone's talking on the radio because like they're like you could hit some button on the steering wheel and be able to activate your mic or your foot or whatever. Like there's
Bluetooth and all.
Yeah, you would never have to do that. I just think that's funny.
Well, I mean, you might. I've seen that done.
There'll be a group.
Sure.
I've done that. When I was a handheld, I've used my lapel mic or whatever.
Yeah. Somebody would probably call the cops on him thinking he's a fucking pervert.
Yeah. And why is he watching him?
Yeah.
Lost him.
That's not a good feeling though. Like I'll tell you that right there.
Losing him, someone?
Like losing whoever, no contact, nothing.
With two of you? Like you and him.
There's never two, but
yeah.
This the guy? Yeah.
Okay.
I know. This is where you tell me all about how locals rule and yuppie insects like me shouldn't be surfing the break and all that, right?
Nope. That would be a waste of time. We're just gonna fuck you up.
So what if you found yourself in a situation like that? You got like 4 dudes around you and they're gonna beat your ass. I'd be like, fuck.
I put the surfboard in between me, push as many as I can.
Yeah.
Run. Take off.
Run. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, I'm fucking so gone. I'd probably throw the surfboard in front of them and fucking run. But Johnny Utah would be one of us if we went down to SoCal and hit the freaking surf. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never been to Hawaii or whatever, but I have heard like in some, island states or whatever, if you're not like a local, you're not welcome to surf at the local beach, where they surf.
When I was there, like Sundays, you respected the beaches and let the locals use it.
Really?
Yeah. Because they all work and do
that's their
tourist
time
stuff, and that's kind of their time. So
there's only so many waves, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bruh.
like, I'm just saying.
There's only
I'm
so many
saying
ways
there's
to
like-
shred.
Like that wave, like that could have been the good wave,
Yeah.
and you take it as a tourist.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine that. Like anything that you do around here,
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of tourists came in, and you weren't able to do it because they came in.
Yeah, you can't go to the river anymore.
Yeah,
The lake or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's pretty much everywhere.
We don't get,
but I mean,
we don't
like,
get the
but I
ocean.
mean,
We get the lakes.
you know, like everything's crowded, and it's all because tourists. You know, yeah, you might get a little upset about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that would fucking suck right there. You're like, shit, I'm about to get my ass beat. I'm out. Not Johnny Utah, though. He's going to fuck all of them up.
I mean, like there's one guy just watching. I don't think I've ever met someone who could take on 5 guys.
I haven't either.
There's a YouTube video of a skateboarder that gets surrounded by people. Some
Beats
dude on
all
a
their
skateboard
asses?
beats up like 6 people.
But I mean,
Really?
they're not motivated.
No, they were not. They once he decked 2 people, they all got kind of like, oh fuck, and then he just attacked.
So, if you're in a surveillance situation or whatever as a cop, like, and let's say like that happens and one of your guys is out of view, you don't know where he's at, and now he's in a fight. Like, let's just say it's totally unrelated. If you're the dude, like watching his back, whatever, I mean, would you like fucking throw out your, like, fuck it, you got to go help, right? You wouldn't just sit in your car and watch.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I mean, any undercover operation usually has a rescue team. Usually a rescue team.
Not one guy.
Not one guy who's also doing surveillance.
Yeah.
I mean, a rescue team is like a QRF, quick reaction force, or whatever. They're like if you have a team of surveillance guys, right?
Yeah.
And they're all probably dressed down, wearing stuff like that. If you have a undercover in there, it's how we've done. I'm not saying this is how it has to be done. You have at least 2 people in a car, completely suited and booted, like vests,
Ready to go.
whatever it is, and they're, light sirens, whatever, run in and they go and they rescue. And their job is to rescue. Like they have roles. Like we've done it where we have 2 cars, and one car is complete reaction to whatever's going on. So solving the issue.
Yeah.
And the other is you put yourself in between whatever the danger is and the UC.
Yeah.
And that's because that's your job. It's a UC rescue and like a reaction team.
Yeah. So never one guy watching one other cop like that would never happen today.
Maybe.
In some
I don't know.
fucking
I
small,
really don't know. I know that
maybe some
I wouldn't do undercover like that. Personally, I'd be like, fuck no.
yeah, I wouldn't either.
I mean, there's no crime where you're gonna have an undercover involved that isn't high. Well, not maybe no, but the majority of crimes are gonna be a high likelihood that a firearm's involved.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Clearly these guys were well armed.
and also most UCs, there's several times that you're not armed because it's just the way it is. But most of the time you're trying to be in an armed situation or you're armed yourself.
Would you go hit the surf with a gun, dude?
I mean, if I had my radio, yeah. If I can have my radio, I'm having my gun. Like there's no question asked. If you have a fucking radio, you have a gun.
Yeah, it seems, I don't know, dude.
I have a gun
Seems fucking
long
hairy.
before I have a radio.
That shit's sketch. All right.
But I mean, what do? You pull out a gun and be like, ah.
Hey,
Like, maybe.
fuck, dude, if I'm about to get my ass beat by 4 or 5 dudes, I fucking
Yeah, but
might
he's
do
trying
that.
to infiltrate them. Maybe that's part
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Back off! He's with me!
And of course, Bodie comes to the rescue, dude.
Poor child, seriously. Thank you.
Stay out of this, Bodie. What's your name?
Bunker?
Bunker. Listen, Bunker. I'm actually really glad you found me.
Yeah? Why?
Did you see that kick, dude? That was fucking legit. He's like, God.
Dude, Patrick Swayze had moves, man. He was a martial artist guy.
Oh, dude. I think
R.I.P. I mean, you gotta love him.
I do love Patrick Swayze, and
I love Patrick
man,
Swayze.
it sucks that he passed away, but in all the movies that he plays in, it's all like kind of the same role, right? Like he just like can beat anyone's ass. And that kick that he just kicked there was just prove why. That was the weakest fucking kick ever.
Kicked hard?
That wasn't a hard kick.
I know, but have you ever
Yeah,
been
but that's gonna
kicked
fuck
by
you
like
up.
have you ever been kicked by an adult kicking you?
I don't
Like
think
trying to
I mean,
hurt you. Like he's clearly not trying to hurt this guy because it's a movie and he doesn't want to hurt
Yeah,
the
but if he
actor.
caught him in the side, it's still gonna hurt. It's still gonna
I've
take
been
away
kicked.
the kidneys or something.
Kicks are devastatingly hurt.
Knocked the wind out of you.
Yeah.
The best case scenario.
You're not beating Bodie's ass, that's
No.
for sure. I wonder how hard it would be to fight in a wetsuit.
Well, I mean, like after this, I'll tell you, like from what Gary Busey's character does well, which you didn't show it, is so he's running up to come help out his partner,
Yeah.
and as soon as he gets there, it's solved, right? So he just kind of I forget what the story is, but he says some story and he runs right through.
Yeah, he asked if he's seen his a kid or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
I agree with
a
you.
great move.
Yeah.
That is-
like coming up with an excuse right on the fly to
Yeah.
not burn yourself.
Yeah,
You're right.
Not yourself, not to burn your partner.
Yeah.
It turns out because that's actually the suspect too.
Yeah. Like the main suspect. All right, so I've never done some parachuting, but
Big guy.
dude, I was just thinking like their guns in this movie are fucking huge, and then he tosses it like fuck it, I don't need this anymore. Why would you do that?
I don't think you need a gun to skydive.
No, but fuck, you might as well take it with you.
Yeah.
What in the fuck?
Yeah, no way.
Travis Pastrana did it. So
Yeah, that's
you say no way.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a movie.
This part's great.
I do know that you can't go here, but you're saying.
Would you skydive?
Yeah.
Have you skydived?
No.
Seems like a lot of wind noise.
Put your head out the window going over 100.
Yeah. So, like I said, I've never been skydiving. Have you?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like any of us have, but I'm willing to bet. Well, okay, for starters, let's back up. Number one, if you were an undercover cop and that was your target or whatever, and you were somehow in that plane and he fucking jumps out the plane, I'm not going after him. Like I think if you were to jump out of a plane and just like land on somebody like that, free fall, like I think you're gonna break that. Like somebody's gonna get seriously hurt, killed. Like you're breaking someone's back.
I don't think so.
I don't know if that's
Because you're both going at a speed, so you're hitting somebody like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
that's probably less than a tackle.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm sure there's some impact.
But I don't know. Dude.
Yeah,
think
but I
that's
mean, like,
fucking
look,
you up.
If you have something falling, and you're falling, that's not. You're just gonna push that.
Yeah, I don't think you'd break it
like
back.
it's not stop.
Yeah,
It's not
so.
stop force.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't need to get into you with physics. Like, you don't need to be a skydiver if you know physics at all. If you're not a complete fucking idiot.
You don't know physics either.
I know that. I know enough about that kind of fit. Like, I mean, two
the-
things. Okay, something's moving at 10 miles an hour, and something's moving at 12 miles an hour. That's the force of 2 miles per hour.
No, I get that, but
That's pretty good math. Pretty quick.
I will-
It's not the force of 22 miles an hour or whatever you're trying to make it look like.
Yeah. You're over here, this guy's breaking his back.
Yeah, I get it. Well, if we're wrong and you know, let us know because I was.
No, you're wrong. Don't say we. If Kyle's wrong.
If I'm wrong, let me know. I don't know. Shit, I've never. Let me ask you this: would you ever go skydiving?
Fuck no.
Yes, 100%. I want to do it.
You do?
Shit.
Oh yeah.
I would. I don't think I'd be able to do it. Dude.
Why? Are you afraid of heights?
I don't know. Not really that. Like I've done a lot of rappelling and shit, but.
Totally the same.
Well, yeah, nothing like that. But I mean, as far as like scared of heights, I mean, I kind of, but I just don't want to jump out of a fucking airplane.
No, I don't either.
It seems like a lot of fun. I would do it tomorrow if it didn't cost money.
Let's just go to one of those indoor skydive places.
That's true. We should.
Cost money.
Oh yeah.
We should go to one of those inside skydiving places, and you start falling, and then I'll start falling, and then I'll break your back. Obviously, I guess.
Don't break his back.
Let's try it. We're gonna do it.
We'll barely touch. You'll be like, "Oh, my back!"
Maybe we'll put out a video of us going to the indoor skydiving facility that we have here locally and make
doing an experiment.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
We are,
and you're gonna be on the bottom when Billy comes into you and bumps you.
Billy's used to being on the bottom.
You're the one who's being on the bottom.
No, you are.
Pretty sure you said you're on the bottom.
I love this. This is the infamous ending.
Good move. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. That's fucking legit.
Like, that's badass.
Yeah. It wasn't raining 2 seconds ago, was it? Now all of a sudden it's fucking pouring.
I've been to every city in Mexico. Came across an unclaimed piece of meat in Baja. Turned out to be rosy. Guess you picked a knife fight with somebody better. Got a passport of yours in Sumatra. Missed by about a week in Fiji. But I knew you wouldn't miss a 50-year storm, Bodie.
What do you think? Would you surf that?
No.
Finally get your legs this totally closed down.
Just waiting for my set.
You gotta go down. Cross the line and people trust you, they die.
I love fucking Keanu Reeves, dude. He's so badass.
Life sure has a sick sense of humor, doesn't it? Still surfing?
Every day.
I like Buddy's haircut. He did get a cleaner,
Time to go.
clean cut, more clean cut. So real quick, so what do you think? So you're after this dude who's wanted for all these bank robberies, murder, all this stuff. I mean, you're the case agent undercover. You go in there by yourself and picking them up.
No, but I mean, like, under the context of this movie, again, the early 90s, and there was a friendship at some point between these guys.
How often do you actually?
There was
good point.
respect and friendship that these guys they had a mutual respect
for each other. How often do you think that happens? Like guys that go undercover.
I would say like long-term undercover, probably. Like, I mean, not to the point where they're going to be not doing their job, but I mean, like, yeah, you have to play a role, and if it is playing to be someone's friend, there's sometimes, I guarantee you, talk to people who've done more undercover stuff. Like, I've never done long-term.
Not like that.
No, never. I've never done anything more than like high buys.
Hey, can I buy a little sack of dope?
Yeah. But I mean, you either despise the fact that you're trying to make friends with this person in line, or you become that person and you start to relate to it.
Just becomes a role.
I think it happens. I think it for sure happens. I mean,
I read, if you read a couple books, No Angel is a good book about an undercover guy who gets in with the Hells Angels.
Yeah, like Jay Dobbins or whatever.
Yeah, that's Jay Dobbins. He depicts how he kind of started to sympathize and kind of, he was walking a line.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you do a long-term
thing
thing like this. You have to be on that line, and it gets thin sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, shit, dude. At what point would you be like, "Hey, I gotta pull out of this"? Because, like, I mean,
you're probably not. You have a hand. Like, they should have a handler. You have a handler. even if you are an officer, you still have a handler.
Yeah.
He's got to be like, nope, done.
You're fucking getting
Gone.
a little, you're crossing over a little bit.
Yeah.
I bet you it
getting too
happens.
close.
Yeah, it's got to
I know it happens.
Yeah. I mean, man,
You can't.
obviously none of us have
expect-
ever been embedded like that before in like the feds and stuff. But I do think about like Jay Dobbins and those guys that did get super deep undercover and with the Hells Angels, Mongols, all that stuff. Like that's fucking crazy, dude. Like that's terrifying, to be honest.
But yeah, that's
You got big balls to do
I
that.
have a friend I worked with who's been patched into like, I think 3 different.
That's no joke. Like that's no joke.
And he'll tell his stories and stuff like that. And you're like, oh wow, he's like, yeah,
That's no joke.
And you have to be devoted to it.
yeah, they're not
You
going
can't be like, oh, I can't do this, can't do that. It's not like you're 24/7.
Yeah.
It takes a
no
special
shit.
kind of person to do that, because this guy is basically, Johnny Utah's on the clock 24/7.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like if you're watching this or if you've seen this movie or any movie where there's and there's a lot of movies out there where they have FBI agents embedded in, huge gangs or whatever, like outlaw motorcycle gangs, like, dude, that shit happens. I mean, it's
but some of
the
them
real
don't-
deal.
They don't all use agents. They use like their CIs and stuff.
Sure, CIs, but what I'm saying is like actual agents do get embedded into organized crimes, like.
Well, they have that in the prison systems. They put agents in there, all that. Yeah,
That's
It's not
fucking
even. It's
crazy.
not. I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, the Fed scale does it a lot more, but it's all different levels.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep. I mean, I think it takes a certain person to be able to pull that off, because if it doesn't work out or whatever, or like if you get busted or caught, I mean, who knows what would happen to you?
He sounds like he's in distress. I'm going. Let's go.
I love this part. What a great way to end the movie.
Yeah. Doing flips and tricks.
Oh yeah, fighting in the beach, like.
What a badass group to be fighting. Keanu and Swayze.
Patrick Swayze, yeah.
Come on.
I'm taking Patrick Swayze, dude.
Okay. Well, John Wick though. What was his name in Roadhouse?
Roadhouse is fantastic.
Yeah.
That kick, dude. He's got
Yeah, dude,
bars.
that straight front kick.
Choke him.
Water was cold.
It does. That looks miserable. I like how his fucking head is like an inch underwater. All he has to do is like just a little bit.
But there you go. There's the mutual respect between each other.
Yeah.
He stops. He has Utah dead.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have killed him right there.
Yeah. Do you think he thought he was dead, or do you think he
No,
cut him a break?
no. He's like, no,
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not going to do that. It's Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
And then after this, like, cut these things off too soon. I mean, after this, he basically asked him
I know.
to let him go.
It shouldn't have. I don't know why it cut off so
to
soon.
let him go and ride this wave that's basically unrideable and you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And he's like, again, the mutual respect, completely dirty, right? It's not allowed.
Lets
it's
him
not
go.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
Would you ever
Yeah.
do that?
in this situation, I don't know, because like literally, like I said, this guy literally could have killed me. And he didn't kill me.
You know
Yeah.
that he's gonna go out
And
and
I-
surf that wave that he's been waiting 50 years for, and like
And he's not
never
gonna come
coming back. Yeah, he's not coming back. Let him go.
No, I'm absolutely not gonna let that happen.
At the end of the day, like that's a great movie. Even though it was done in early 90s, like it's a fucking great movie. I don't know anybody that doesn't like the original Point Break.
Yeah. Whoever recommended that, that's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one.
All right. Well, that was our Brews and Breakdown for this week. Again, it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Some of it's funny, but anyways. All right, we'll send us on a cheers, boys. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Hanging, Billy.
Hey, drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what movie you want us to break down next. Some of y'all left comments on movies. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I never even heard of some of those movies.
What are they?
I pulled up a couple of them. There's that one. It was the guy said it was just one quick scene.
One little quick clip.
Yeah, and it was a rad. We should just do that and then do another review. But that was.
I mean, that'd be a hard episode to do a whole thing on one scene.
No, we'll do that and then do it. Continue because it was a good one.
All right. Well, nonetheless, let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll catch you on the next one later, guys.